Welcome back to Girl Take the Lead, the podcast where we share the real, raw, and remarkable stories of people breaking cycles, finding their voice, and leading with courage. And I'm your host, Yo Canny. If you're listening to this as we close out 2025, a year that may have stretched you, surprised you, cracked you open in ways you didn't expect, then this conversation is arriving at exactly the right moment. Today's episode is about becoming whole, not by fixing what's broken, but by honoring what's been lived. I am so excited to welcome Laura G. Patac, entrepreneur, poet, author, and former global corporate executive with more than 2 decades of leadership experience across 7 countries and 5 continents. After 25 years in sales, operations, and product leadership, Laura stepped away from corporate life and found herself face to face with the identity crisis many of us quietly fear. Who am I when the title disappears? What followed was not just reinvention, but deep reflection, storytelling, and a reconnection with purpose. Laura is the author of Stories with Purpose and her newest book, Whole, Not Perfect, where she uses poetry, story, and reflection as tools for empowerment, helping people uncover their unique value, reclaim their strengths, and see their past not as damage, but as design. In our conversation, Laura shares how the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold became a powerful metaphor for her life and leadership. Because sometimes the cracks we try hardest to hide are the very places where the light and our wisdom shine through. Thanks for being here. Let's get going. Here you go. Laura, welcome to Girl Take the Lead. So excited to have this conversation with you. And it's the last episode of the year. So
Can you believe that the year is gone? I can't believe this. Is like it flew in a blink. Is like amazing. Yeah. So thank you for having me, Yolanda. I'm super excited to be here with you, with the listener and the viewers on this very last mile of 2025.
Yeah. And let's start though. You have been up to a lot, girlfriend. So let's tell our viewers about you and what you're up to.
Well, this year or in general? um, I will try to introduce myself to your listeners and viewers, and I'll start saying that after 25 years of corporate experience in different roles, sales, operations, and product, 2 years ago I decided to pursue the path of entrepreneurship. But that happened. It happened and triggered an identity crisis because I really didn't know when the title was gone, when the resources were gone. You know, when you have a job in corporate America and people they identify you with who you are on your business card, and the role you are doing. I really didn't know how to take those 25 years into something else. So I really had an identity crisis. And I sat down and I was thinking and I was asking myself the question, what are the most important, 5 aha moments from my past corporate experience? With what kind of learnings and how I can translate those learnings into something I was intending to do. And the other thing were like, 3 big realizations which I had, and I'm just going to talk about it. So the first realization was that irrespective if you are corporate or you are an entrepreneur, or for that matter, whatever you do in life, every person coming into your life is teaching you something. And realizing that, I was able to build what I'm calling my support system, enabling me to make the transition.
Mhm.
The other thing which I realized that each and every individual, and for that matter, you and I, we do have some very unique individual values or a value proposition,
Mhm.
which is a sum up of your past story, the story which brought you where you are right now. And in my case, it was the story which brought me in the moment of an identity crisis. But in that very moment, I realized that I have a set of 10 unique talents, my talent DNA, which is going to help me to embark on any kind of new journey.
Mhm.
I had a set of values which are also very unique to me, like my top 5 values. My top 5 values very different than yours and very unique to individual. And I was having an aspiration and a purpose which it didn't change
Mhm.
since the way I discovered my purpose many years ago.
Mhm.
And in that kind of like having these realizations, I started to think that I reconnected with my purpose, and my purpose was always to leave legacy through the way how people they will get value, and they are going to be seen through the things I'm doing,
Yeah.
seen, heard, and value. And reconnecting with that, I just step into this entrepreneurship where actually what I'm doing, I'm giving value to my 20 years old me,
Mhm.
because having a journey in leadership, actually this is all what I knew 25 years doing, and I built and I grew up, and I had my challenges, and I had the things which uh, made me stronger or get me stronger on the other side. I had my fears. I still remember my first leadership role when I was freaking out, not knowing what to do with those people looking up at me. So, but those are those kind of like, cracks and fears, which makes you more whole.
Mhm.
And when I realized that actually what I'm good at in really bringing value to the 20 years old me and understanding the uniqueness in people, I'm just enjoying,
Mhm.
because this is another thing. You really need to enjoy what you are doing. I'm just enjoying bringing value to people and helping them discover their unique value proposition. And sometimes I'm also a storyteller, but I
Mhm.
don't just tell stories, I help people become a story.
Oh, very good. I love that. When did you get into writing, especially in
Oh,
poetry? Yeah.
yes. What I didn't mention introducing myself is that I'm Romanian. And being Romanian, I was born and raised under communism many years back.
Mhm.
And that gave a very different upbringing than the Western civilization.
Mhm.
And as a child, I was a very introverted child. I was present but very invisible, or very present and invisible. You cannot be very invisible, by the way. Present but invisible. And I was very shy expressing my emotions.
Uh-huh.
So therefore I found a solution, because one of my talents, which actually it's a strength, it's problem solving.
Yeah.
And I found a solution, and I started to journal at the moment when journaling was not even a word which we
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah.
And I was having those kind of like notepads, and I was writing in the evening, how I felt at school, what the teacher was saying, how I was feeling about it, what my friends were talking about behind my back, and all the kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And to me, that was not enough, because I was very afraid that someone is going to get hold of those notebooks and someone is going to understand how I feel and what goes through my mind and what I'm thinking. So another solution came, encrypting everything in metaphor. That encryption, so I transformed the journals and the emotions and the feelings into poems from the need to express my emotions in a very safe way.
Oh, I see. So great. Such a clever
My
girl.
mom, yeah, my mom got hold of one of my notebooks. And I remember even now when I got back from school, and she was in the living room with one of my notebooks, and I totally freaked out. I was like, oh my God, is she going to get mad on me? Is she going to be like, and my mom was having tears in her eyes. And she said exactly like this. She said, these are amazing, beautiful, and I feel that is the first time when I know my daughter.
That almost makes me cry. I'm over here feeling that one. Oh.
Yes. And my mom helped me having someone to become my mentor and being able to help me polish the way how I write, the way, and but ultimately, what I learned from those 3 years, I learned something which actually my first book is about. It's about storytelling.
Mhm.
And what those 3 years, and I was like already like 17, because I was journaling around 15, 16, 17. I was
Mhm.
always on my path, having a mentor for writing. What I learned from that mentorship was the fact that any form of art, actually, it's storytelling.
Mm.
And storytelling has this amazing ability to connect people through emotions.
Mhm.
And there is this kind of like imagine image in my head, because imagine having two people listening to the same song,
Mhm.
or two people looking to the same painting. And even if they are coming from different cultures, even if they are not speaking the same language, they will bond, because there is going to be that kind of like, look at each other, admiring the same painting, and they will understand that, there is an emotional bond even without speaking. Same is the dancing. Think about tango, right? So,
Mhm.
so every form of art is storytelling, and poetry and the stories we tell to ourselves, to others. This is part of the beauty of storytelling,
Yeah.
which we tell over 70% of our time.
Mm. Well, in your book, okay, so your book is called Stories with
Stories with
Purpose.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your story has purpose too. And I know you have a favorite, and we thought we'd share it with our listeners and viewers. So, can you read it for us?
Yes. And thank you
Neither.
so much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I don't have a chance to read too often my poems. And all the time when someone is asking me for me, it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna put my voice behind the words. It's like that is a
Yeah.
privilege. And thank you so much for giving me this chance.
Yeah.
So the poem is named The Prince in My Living Room.
I love it.
And it goes like this. I have a prince in my living room, courageous, dashing, carrying sword, sublime in armor, feel his heart in metal cord. I turn to him when fight arise, ask him his help, through just beaming a smile. Don't care if fight will take too long. He slays one dragon, move to next and carry on. Use fire to fight fire, set free the undone. Dare put one more challenge. I have a loud drum. I summoned him asking that he sway my dreams. That singing included keeps me awake. I follow his bliss. He is the one I wake up next. He stays and gives my heart a rest. The mirror tells me that I'm brave. My prince reflection is no shame. Hold on, his face and mine are same.
Mm.
The mirror image sways away, leaving me smile. Keep carry away. The prince is mine, and I'm his heart. We are one body, different face, but common path.
Ah, so tell us a little bit about that one because I know we could probably spend hours talking about what we could see in that. But when you wrote it, you were
Yeah.
celebrating your own courage or what?
Um, the story, the story behind this poem. Um, Actually, I wrote this poem. I would say late 2023, beginning of 2024. And it was the very last addition to stories with purpose. Your story has purpose too. It was a very last minute addition to the book, and it's a poem reflecting my realization during my identity crisis that nobody's going to save me because I have to save myself.
Oh, it's so good. There comes that
so
point.
because people might think that there is someone who is going to always give you a solution, or yes, there will be people maybe helping you with finding a solution, but ultimately in this kind of like big moments in life when you must make a decision, you want to take a turn, you really need to define things for yourself. My advice to everyone is that nobody is going to come to save you. You have to save yourself, and you really need to look inward instead of outward
Mhm.
for finding the answers.
Mhm.
And the other thing which actually I realized when I was like writing this poem is that if you look to your past stories and those kind of five big aha moments, you'll realize that actually nobody else took the decisions instead of you.
Mhm.
Because the course which you have been taken to be where you are right now, it's because you have been taken those decisions or made those choices. So therefore, there is no shiny prince coming on a horse to do that decision for you, to make that choice for you. It's you taking that.
Mhm.
So the poem get out from this kind of realization that what, you are the master of your universe as much as you are the savior of your universe.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
as simple as that.
Mhm. Well, I had a favorite in your book too. Mine
Okay.
was questions are the answers, which I think takes what you've just said and just takes it a little bit further. And I think that's on page 115, if I'm right.
115, yes, I have it here.
Great. Can you
I
read
have,
that one for us?
wow, okay, second
So I'm
one.
putting you to
Okay,
work. Come on the show and
yeah.
all I do is work.
And I'm gonna tell you where exactly I wrote this one and what is behind.
Sure.
So, how you begin to wonder the place in life is right. You have a hole of craving. You long for gaining bite. Is there a way of loving its heart above the mind? Each feeling pins on other, chaining the freedom's thought, dice roll design each morning. It's fortune single pot. Are you in charge of for changing, or change is charging thirst? Keep question way of living, loving the new outmost. Is answer or the question awakening outburst?
Mm. I think my favorite part of that is the question, are you in charge for changing? Or
Or
change is
charging
charging.
thirst.
Yeah. That's so good.
That's so the moment when um, I was writing this, it was 2023, somewhere like February, March 2023. And I was in the midst of making the big decision of stepping out from corporate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was that kind of big decision when you are about crossroad. Are you going to keep going, or you're gonna just do a swift turn somewhere to another direction? And I realized that it was a very significant change
Mm-hmm.
and a very significant decision. And I questioned each of the thoughts and the pros, the cons, and ultimately I took the decision to change. And I took that decision also because I was very thirsty to have a change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So so to me, change, it happens to us, but we need to realize when we need a change, because sometimes, I'm an adrenaline addicted person. Some people, they might be okay of living a bit flat.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of need to change, to evolve, to experience, to transform, to have the opportunity to understand what are my limits, to go a
Yeah.
bit above and beyond the current limitations, or the current situation you are in.
Yeah.
And to me, in that very moment, I was more hungry to see a change, or to make a change, make the change happen.
Yeah. I also think sometimes that that change is about almost staying where we are, but changing the way we look at it, the perspective. Like, because even in your follow up after that poem, you offer, you know, when did your perspective change when when you saw something new, or you had a new someone gave you new input on something.
Yeah, yeah,
And because I guess in my stories, I've always done a lot of geographic changes, moved from LA to New York, New York, to here, to Connecticut, Connecticut, so it was like I was doing geographic changes. But lately I've been thinking, what if it was just me reframing the way I saw something? So and I'm totally with you though. Sometimes, like, I know when I left corporate 5 years ago, it was like I was done. I'm not going back, and I don't miss it. Not one day have I missed being in corporate. And I think that's pretty telling. It probably says like I might have made that change a lot sooner than I did, but I was done. But then I've had other things where I've questioned, and I've looked at it and I've thought, well, I thought I was doing this because of this, And if my intention is different, I can still be doing what I was doing. Right. Like,
Yeah.
let's use podcasting, for example. A lot of podcasters jump in and they go, they want to monetize, they want to make a lot of money doing podcasting. That was never my motivation. And I could see, though, that my intention has been, let's provide a platform so people get to know Laura and her great books and her poetry. I mean, how wonderful is that? And that's priceless to me. Like that, I don't need payment for, right? But people reframe and have intention and change, and that doesn't necessarily mean making a physical change or a geographic change. It can be a change of mind.
Or a change of mindset or approach. And um, just to add to something what you said, that you reframe it. Today I had a conversation with someone doing the same change what we did. We moved from corporate to
Mm-hmm.
she moved from corporate to entrepreneurship, and I asked the question, what success means for you,
Yeah.
and it all started, that, financial stability, to have enough money for that. And after that, to have customers and so on. And I said, I did the same change, but I had to look differently to the way how I define success. Because in corporate, whatever you hear success being defined by the revenue, by the
Mm-hmm.
price per share, by
Mm-hmm.
the profit. Everything, it's all about number. Performance, it's about numbers, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even when people are looking to number of customers, it's a number. They don't look beyond what's the value for those customers. While in entrepreneurship, actually, you can make money, but the success, it's about the value you bring
Mm-hmm.
to your customers.
Right. Right.
Podcasting, you bring value and is a channel that communicates insights, um,
Right. Learning.
helps people answer their most, intrinsic
Mm-hmm.
questions and so on. That's value. That's free value,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And of course, you give value which you can monetize.
Yeah.
So the difference between when you are looking to the approach corporate versus entrepreneurship, the success definition,
Yes.
it's going to translate on money eventually, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not money to start with in
Yeah.
entrepreneurship. It's about value.
Yeah. Good
And
point.
that's reframing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I can see exactly what you're saying because you have to have something that drives you.
That's
That,
purpose.
yeah, that
Why you
purpose.
do what you do. Why
Exactly.
you do what you do. What gives you that motivation to get out of bed in the morning and to really take the day,
Yeah.
like by storm, being motivated and engaged first with yourself and
Yeah.
after that with others.
So cool. So you have been busy girl and you have a second book which is just launched and I think our listeners would love to hear about it and it's called Whole. It's not perfect.
Not perfect.
Whole not perfect. So tell us a little bit about that one. Will it have poems in it as well?
Yes.
Cool. Love it.
Uh, you're gonna see uh, some of the poems from the first, but there are new additions and beautiful stories behind. Um, the book is meant to be a set of stories and is presented as a set of stories and poems as tools. So I really like this idea that the stories and the art can be used as a tool.
Yes.
to really inspire and motivate people and empower them to reinvent themselves.
Mm.
And as the first book was about, your origin story, how important the story is for you, tapping
Mm.
into a bit of the superpower, whole not perfect, it's about embracing that individual uniqueness with all the imperfections we have.
Mm.
It taps a bit into the kintsugi as concept, because all those kind of like, cracks, which actually are challenges which we have overcome, and we went on the other side much more stronger. Those cracks are not wounds. Those are the beautiful lines of the ball, which makes you like, more beautiful, more gorgeous, imperfect but whole.
Yes.
So, so the book talks about the individual unique value proposition, which is about your past story, your top talents, which could become strength if you name them and you claim them. It talks about values, and it talks about your future story and how you should think about your future story, your aspirations.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives three story telling frameworks which can help you ground your stories using these frameworks. One is the real story, which helps you anchor your strengths. The other one is the story framework, which helps you anchor your past experiences. And the other one, it's a dream framework, which helps you actually manifest your future aspirations.
Yeah.
And
Sounds good.
yes.
Definitely
And
going into the new year, we can all use all of those things.
Whole Not Perfect can help anyone to step into 2026, moving from the insights which you get from your real stories or stories, moving from insights to intention.
Mm.
When you understand your strengths, those kind of things which keeps you going every day, and you bet your actions on those strengths, and you understand where you want to go, you'll also understand how you can use those strengths to help you achieve or reach your destination, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you move from insights to intention. And also the book gives a lot of it's a bit of different way of helping people to reflect. There are some questions, the frameworks are working, but it's also helping people to move from pain or fear to power,
Mm.
because those reflections might be those questions which will enable the reflection might be the answer, if we are about to
Yeah.
to paraphrase my the previous poem. So for anyone who aspires in 2026 to reinvent themselves,
Mm-hmm.
to embrace a new direction, to start thinking about revamping some of their own strengths, Whole Not Perfect is the book to start the year.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and I know you're going to treat us with one more reading from that book so that we get a flavor for it.
So I really love this is one of the very last poems, again, very last addition to the book. The poem is named I Am a Ball, like the Kintsugi ball. And it goes like this. I always knew that all along I was a ball, moved shelf to shelf too many times, left all alone or dropped to floor. To piece each shard, I used the clay of heart. The glue was courage, the passion in belief that even broken and rebuilt, the ball become more gorgeous as cracks are getting thin. I'm whole, not perfect. I am here.
Oh man, that is so good.
Thank you.
That I just got a huge emotional hit off of that one. That was just lovely. I mean, it really touched my heart. So thank you for reading that and
I
writing that.
thank you.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's weird that even me I become emotional
Yeah.
when I read my own writing. So that is like new to me, and thank you so much for giving me the chance. Three poems in one interaction, one discussion. For me is like it's like wow, it's heaven. It's like thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. So we need to tell our viewers and listeners where they can find your books and how to follow you. So, what are some ways they can do that?
Well, everyone can get hold of me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is also the social media space where people they can keep up with different news about the books, different promotions, and also what else I'm doing. Looking to my leadership coaching and practice. Also, what Edgecraft, which is the new brand for my products, does. I have a bit of a present for your listeners and viewers,
Mhm.
and for entering the new year, and as a gift for Christmas and New Year, they will be able to download Stories with Purpose. Your story has purpose too, free in a PDF format. And I'm super happy that you will be able to offer that through when this podcast is going to be issued. And I'm also going to be able keeping in contact with Yolanda to see how your listeners and viewers can benefit for the promotion for the
Great.
second book, Whole Not Perfect.
I love it. Okay, listeners and viewers, I will have that information for you in the show notes. Thank you. But I know you talked a little bit about what was going on for you in your 20s, but I always like to ask our guests, what you would tell your younger 20 something self today. What would you tell her?
What I will tell her, think always big
Mm,
and think impact and value uh, before thinking about any other minor kind of things in life,
mhm,
because when you bring impact and value, any kind of abundance and prosperity is going to come, and bringing value to other people, I think, is the most priceless gift which you could bring to someone and to yourself in the same time.
mm, so well. And oh, I'm wondering if you got a chance to go to the card shop that we had.
Yes,
And did you
yes,
pick
yes.
something for yourself?
I resonated with the one for friends because I believe that this is not going to be one-time interaction with you. And I think that there is a relationship building up
Yes.
here, and thinking friendship. I think that I'm gonna choose a friendship card.
Great. Well, you know what else I was thinking? I loved when you said any form of art is storytelling. And I have an idea for a card. So you tell me what you would love, but I would love to also create something that would be so good for us going into 2026 and would really embrace that. And of course, I'll put you as the quote coming from you, but and then they can learn more about you. And then that would be so great to have that as a promotion.
Oh, this is an amazing collaboration, Yolanda. Definitely, definitely, I can contribute here. Um, And yes, let's connect offline. And
Yes.
there are
Yes.
some quotes which I think people will appreciate as becoming the mantra of 2026.
Mm.
And definitely, I'll be very happy to contribute and to share it with you.
Oh, that would be so great. Who knew? Look at what we're doing. We're inventing in the moment. Thank you, Laura, so much for,
Love your spontaneity and creativity. So, yeah.
yeah, it's two like minds. We're just going, yeah, we're feeding off of each other. It's so great. But thank you so much for touching our hearts today. It's such a
Um,
gift. So
it's
thank you
part,
for that.
it's part of being human.
Yeah. Yes. But thank you. And thank you for being with us, everybody. And
Thank
happy
you.
2026.
Happy 2026. Everyone have a fabulous year, and all not perfect. Embrace the new year with your strengths and your full cracks, and let's just do it.
Great way to end today. What a beautiful and soul stirring way to end 2025. My heartfelt thanks to Laura for joining us with such openness, courage, and generosity, and for reminding us that our cracks are not flaws to fix, but stories to honor. Laura's reflections through poetry, storytelling, and lived experience invite us to stop chasing perfection and instead ask a deeper question: what would it look like to be whole? Mhm. Whether it was her insight about identity beyond titles, her reframe that no one is coming to save us, and that we already carry the answers, or her powerful metaphor, Laura leaves us with something that lingers long after the episode ends. If you'd like to connect with her, look for her in our show notes. Here are 3 takeaways to carry with you into the new year. 1, you are not broken. Your cracks tell the story of how you survived, learned, and grew. 2, no one else can define your purpose. The answers are inward, not outward. And 3, when you name and claim your strengths, you move from insight to intention and forward with clarity. As always, thank you for listening, for sharing these conversations, and for being part of the community that values reflection, courage, and heart centered leadership. And we're not done yet. Next week, as we step into 2026, I'll be joined by Erin Kruger, top ranked Nashville realtor, best-selling author of Capture the Culture, and founder of one of the most successful all-female real estate teams in the country. Erin joins us for a candid conversation about building culture at home, at work, and within ourselves, navigating adversity, choosing who we want to become, and leading with humanity in the era of rapid change. Whether you're entering the new year with big goals, seeking a healthier work culture, or wanting to lead more intentionally, Erin's episode is filled with wisdom, honesty, and practical tools. Until then, take a breath, honor your story, lead from your heart, and carry your cracks with pride. And remember, whole is more than enough. Talk soon.